Why some men grow distant from their wives with age. A practical look. It often begins quietly. A husband who once shared stories over dinner now retreats behind the newspaper. The couple still lives under the same roof, but conversations grow shorter, touches less frequent, laughter more rare. Many women wonder, what happened? Why do some men seem to grow distant from their wives as the years go by? The reasons aren't simple or uniform, but they are human. Aging brings with it both visible and invisible changes. For many men, these changes stir up emotions they were never taught to talk about. Understanding them is the first step to rebuilding closeness. 1. The weight of identity changes. For much of life, a man's identity is tied to his work, his role as provider, or his sense of usefulness. Retirement, health limitations, or even adult children moving out can leave him wondering, who am I now? Without that sense of purpose, some men withdraw rather than risk revealing confusion or vulnerability. They don't stop loving their wives, they just stop feeling confident in themselves. The result often looks like emotional distance. 2. Emotional upbringing and communication gaps. Many men over 50 grew up in households where feelings were private and stoicism was praised. Expressing sadness or fear was often equated with weakness. So, when midlife or later life brings loss, health scares, or changes in sexual vitality, these men may lack the language to discuss it. Withdrawal becomes a form of protection. They aren't necessarily angry, they're just unsure how to explain what's going on inside. Number 3. Physical and hormonal factors. Testosterone levels naturally decline with age, sometimes leading to fatigue, lower libido, and mood shifts. Conditions like diabetes or heart disease, common in older men, can further affect energy and confidence. If a man begins to associate intimacy with physical struggle or embarrassment, he may avoid closeness altogether. What his partner perceives as rejection is often really discomfort or shame. Gentle medical evaluation and reassurance can make a world of difference. 4. The silent impact of stress and loss. By the time a couple reaches their 60s or 70s, they've often experienced significant losses. Parents, friends, sometimes siblings. Grief affects men differently. While women may seek comfort through conversation, men often cope by retreating into solitude. This coping style can unintentionally build walls at home. Recognizing grief for what it is, not disinterest, but mourning, can soften those walls. 5. Communication patterns that harden over time. After decades together, couples develop unspoken routines. One person may talk more, the other listen less. One gives directions, the other complies. Over years, those roles can turn rigid. When men feel consistently corrected, dismissed, or unseen, they may stop trying to engage. Similarly, when wives feel unheard, frustration builds. The result is mutual withdrawal, not because of lack of love, but because neither feels truly understood. 6. What couples can do differently. Reconnecting doesn't require grand gestures. Often it begins with small changes. Start with curiosity, not criticism. Instead of "you never talk to me anymore," try "I miss hearing what you think about things." Share experiences side by side. Walks, puzzles, or watching a favorite show together can rekindle conversation naturally. Acknowledge changes openly. Talking honestly about aging, energy, or intimacy can replace assumptions with empathy. Encourage health checkups. Sometimes distance has a medical root. Fatigue, low hormones, or depression, all treatable. 7. The role of self-reflection. It's worth remembering that distance isn't always one-sided. Both partners evolve with time. Wives may also develop new interests, social circles, or expectations. Rather than viewing change as betrayal, couples can treat it as an invitation to rediscover each other as new versions of themselves. Love doesn't have to fade, it just needs translation. 8. When to seek outside help. Therapists who specialize in later life relationships often see remarkable turnarounds once communication barriers drop. A neutral listener helps couples hear each other without blame. Even 1 or 2 guided sessions can reveal patterns that have been invisible for decades. 9. The hope behind the silence distance in long-term marriage isn't proof of failure. It's a signal. It says something in the relationship needs attention, gentleness, and renewal. Many men don't know how to ask for that. They show it through quietness. The good news is that silence can be broken, even after years. The truth is, men don't stop loving their wives as they age. They may simply struggle to express it in the ways they once did. What often looks like emotional absence is really a search for footing in a new stage of life. With patience, empathy, and honest talk, even long silences can give way to new understanding, and sometimes to a deeper kind of closeness than either